In today's video, we're going to be talking about different terminology and words that are going to be used during pregnancy. Alright, you're going to wave at everyone. No? Not going to wave? Not going to wave? Wave. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. High five? Oh yeah. Good girl. Right. Buzz your mum. If I do keep that in, then yeah, that's my intro. How you doing, everyone? Hope everyone is all good. My name is Kane, and welcome back to the channel. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and also comment down anything else that you may feel like is helpful, different words and phrases and whatnot that you found during your journey through pregnancy and I might have missed. So without further ado, let's get into this. So the first one we're going to start off with is amniotic fluid, and that is basically the liquid that surrounds the baby in the uterus. Moving on, we've got the amniotic sac, and that is basically the sac that holds the baby, essentially. Next, we've got the antenatal, and that basically just means before birth. So if you hear this, it just basically means before the birth, so during the pregnancy. The next one that I've added is just because of personal experience, and I actually didn't know what the word for it is, and it is antipartum hemorrhage. That basically means that if a woman is bleeding during pregnancy, so when my partner was pregnant, she had that for quite a lot of the pregnancy, actually, if I'm honest with you. We had to go and do checkups and whatnot, just to double check that the baby's alright, and thankfully my daughter was alright, so it's all good, but I just thought it was something that you want to know. Moving on, we've got baby blues. So typically a woman will actually feel this a few weeks after giving birth, and it's because of the hormones and whatnot that are changing due to the fact that the baby's not inside of her anymore. There is another word for something similar to this, but there is a slight difference, so I will be putting that down further on into the video. So you've got the birth canal, which is the passageway, which is basically from the cervix and the vagina, where baby travels during birth. Next is birth plan, and there are a few different ones for this, but I will be going into detail in a different video. But basically a birth plan is preference to how she wants to give birth. So there are all kinds of different types, but like I said, if you do want to see that video, I will be posting it soon in the next couple of weeks or so. But next one after that is the birth plan. Braxton Hicks. Now these usually are towards the end, the middle to the end part of the pregnancy. And these are basically baby contractions, so they still hurt. The baby, your partner will still feel pain, but it's not actually contractions. The difference is that they are not as painful as normal labour contractions, and also they are not as close together as contractions. Next up as well, you've got breech. So breech is basically when the baby is upside down, in a sense. So their feet are at the bottom, head is at the top. And usually the baby is flipped the other way and the head is at the bottom, ready to come out, and the feet are at the top. Crowning. Now this is where you can actually see the baby from the outside. So this is during labour, and when the baby is crowning, it basically means it's coming out. So it's still inside, however you can see it from the outside. That makes sense? I hope it makes sense. Next you've got epidural. Now my partner actually had an epidural. So basically what happens is it numbs the bottom half of the body, just do you know what I mean, like just to stop as much pain. Obviously it doesn't numb all the pain, but it helps. So gestation, so that is the next one, is the amount of time that the baby is inside the uterus. Up next you've got induced. This is also something that my partner had, and basically it's an artificial way to start labour. So rather than it all coming naturally, it basically kickstarts it. So it helps break your waters and pretty much starts the whole process. Jaundice is the next one, and funny enough, my daughter had this because of COVID and we weren't allowed outside, but essentially it's when your skin goes yellow, and it's due to the fact that you haven't got enough sunlight. So make sure that you go out and get a little bit extra sunlight if you see that skin's going a bit yellow and whatnot. Meconium. Now this is one that you guys are going to like. So have you ever been talking to a new parent and they've been talking about the fact that the poos are like black and they're tar? It's not actually as bad as they make it out to be, or how you make it out to be. In fact, usually the reality is it's just a normal poo that's just black. That's just the actual scientific name for it. So a neonatal birth is basically when a child is born quite considerably early. And moving on to that, you've also got neonatal intensive care unit, NICU for short, and this is basically where the child will be, you know, just to make sure that it's getting enough oxygen and everything like that. In the I'm pretty sure they're in the incubators, and it's just a unit where the child will be until it's strong enough, you know, to not be needing the medical care that is in that unit. Next one you got, which is what I actually do recommend that you try and get your partner to do, and I will also be doing another video on this, which is pelvic floor muscles. And essentially what this does is it strengthens the muscles in and around your partner's vagina, so it will just help with when she pushes the baby out, and you know, etc, etc. And it's something that I would recommend you try and get your partner to do. It really does help. So postnatal, which means after birth, so it's pretty much exactly how it sounds. And moving on to that, which is the thing that I said earlier that is slightly similar, is postnatal depression. And basically this is something that a lot of mums actually do suffer with, and it can actually be on for quite a long time. So the woman's given birth. I mean, my partner still has it, and she says that she felt like empty because, you know what I mean, like the baby's not inside of her anymore. And this is what is known as postnatal depression. And again, I'll be doing another video on this to help you actually understand what it is, why it happens, and, you know, different ways that you can comfort your partner, support her, etc, etc. So moving on, we've got prenatal, which is another term for before birth. So that's again also between, you know, pregnancy, like while your partner is pregnant. It's just another term for that. You might have actually heard this one in different times, if you've had to go to the hospital or anything like that, but it's called theatre, and this is basically the operating room. Don't be scared. Do you know what I mean? Not everyone needs it, but it's just something that you might need to know so you know what's going on. Moving on, we have got trimester. So a trimester is basically a 3-month period of your partner's pregnancy, essentially. So there's actually 3 trimesters. So you've got the first trimester, which is from 0 months to 3 months. You've got the second trimester, which is from 3 months to 6 months. And finally, you've got the third trimester, which is from 9 months. No, it's from 6 months to 9 months. And it's just a different way that you know, doctors communicate, just to say what trimester you are on, how close you are, and how ready you are, and how far you are away from giving birth. Also, the final one is walking epidural. Now, when I said in the epidural that the whole bottom half is numb, I mean the legs, I mean the whole shebang. Like, you can't really walk. And basically this just, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It supposedly helps women walk during labour, so, you know, they can still go to the toilet or, do you know what I mean, whatnot. I don't know how true it is because I don't know anyone that actually has had it yet, but if you have, let me know. Comment down below if you know anyone who's had it, or partner herself has had it. So, but yeah, no, they're all the main ones that I feel that, you know, you should know. If you, like I said at the start, if you've got any other, you know, if you've got any other ones that you feel like you should, or everyone should know, comment down below, let me know. If you do enjoy the video, again, be sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.